subscribers, old school subscribers, my TikTok family. Wasn't for you guys, it would be possible. Let's get the day started, y'all. Look, feeling good, feeling great. Let's talk about 7 reasons why women are hot for real ones that are authentic as fuck. Look, being authentic nowadays is pretty much, directly connected to your confidence. And your confidence is built off of you accomplishing goals and standing 10 toes down on whatever you say and whatever you do. And, one of the major components of being authentic is being unbothered. You don't care what anyone thinks. You don't care what anybody thinks of you. You don't care what anybody thinks of what you say or what you do. Listen, you're living, your best life and rent-free in certain people's heads. You need to understand. Somebody's coming. And you need to understand this is okay. You know what I mean? You already know some. But you being a beacon of yourself, and yourself is something that's coming off different from what everybody else is used to, it's not a bad thing, It's not a bad thing, man. A lot of people are gonna go, have a problem with you because when you're super confident and authentic, it bothers them that you aren't a little bit insecure or a lot of bit insecure. And women like the fact that you really don't care. And I'm talking about it bothers them bad. It upsets them. It makes them wish that they could, stop you from getting to where you're going or slow your path down or something like that. But it never really does, which again adds to your appeal. And when you're doing this kind of stuff and you're being this kind of way, you know what I'm saying? It attracts good and bad, and in this good and bad, man. Hey, how's it going?
How you doing?
All right. How about yourself?
Good.
All right. And when you're doing this kind of stuff, it's going to attract the good and the bad. And those people, they get frustrated at what you say and what you do and how you live and have something to say. And we've talked about this before, having advice and having recommendations, and they're hot and cold. 1 minute they agree with you, the next minute they have something else to say about you. This is always going to happen, man. It's always going to happen when you're authentic. You trigger people. In this matrix, they really do a really good job of making sure that anyone that tries to be themselves gets ostracized, or if they're like a celebrity and they're doing their thing and they're not like doing what everybody else does, or join those secret whatever, then they'll try to make them seem crazy, And with society being set up where social media, people are trying to make it seem like that's real life. People use social media as a bully tactic, They'll use their platforms and they'll use that energy from their subscribers, and then they'll link up and they'll literally bully you through these social media, platforms and outlets and the internet. And it depends on your level of person. If you're just like a low level person, you're talking about just social media influencers. But if you're like higher level celebrity, then it can be radio, TV, whatever. And these are controlling mechanisms to get people that think authentically and differently. It gets us to, shut up and just go along to get along, because they'll just, have something to say about everything you do, hoping you see it and hoping that it eventually wears you down. And this goes out to not just content creators. If you're, anywhere doing any job, you have some level of social media without a shadow of a doubt. And you're going to have people on there that are so, let's go back to this NPC. You've got so many NPCs that don't understand why they're triggered by what you're saying, because any common sense will tell you, I don't like what this person's saying. I'm gonna find something else to do. No. You know what I'm saying? No, they gotta have a problem with it and let you know they got a problem with it. And they want you to see the problem that they have with you. And it doesn't make any sense. No matter how they try to put it into some type of crafty language or cute video, it's just a hater being a hater. But it comes with the job, man. When you're authentic, it's really hey, what's going on? What's going on? I appreciate you. How you doing? How you living? Loved by few, hated by many. Absolutely. Salute for you joining the chat. Hey, you guys, every time y'all drop a comment or hit the like button, you know, or share the live, it triggers the algorithm and we can reach more, you know, narc bullies, aka Soul Tribe, Wolfpack. Let's keep it trucking. Talk more about how your authenticity is so cold out here, y'all. I can't feel my feet and I can't feel my hands. But I gotta get out here and get this walk on, so I was just working out on TikTok. And when I work out, I like to make sure I go for a walk afterwards, do a little bit of stretching after I get off the live stream, and then walk back, you know, like about 2 miles or whatever, because, you know, you stiffen up whenever you're walking, not walking, but working out. So I always like go to my pull-up bar, do some dangling stretching to, you know, at the back, you know, bones and everything like that, the spine and everything like that, kind of stretch back out. Then I come out here, go for my walk, and when I get off the live stream, I stretch a little bit, mild stretching, active stretching, you know, and then I walk back to the house. Hey, what's going on, Reggie? What's going on, man? You know what I mean? Absolutely, man. And listen, I got 3 shirts on, 2 pair of pants as always. I'm just gonna go and just start wearing the thermals. Hey, listen, you old school people, y'all know what them thermals are, man. I don't know if the younger cats use them anymore, but I'm gonna go ahead and bust out the thermal. See, I don't like busting out the thermal till it's super, super cold, but we're there. It's the wind. The wind is whipping out here. Jack Frost is kicking ass. But I got, you know what I'm saying? I got a video to make and work to do. But, ooh, the sun's out. The wind's slowed down. Let me take some of this in. I take some of that sun in, man. Whoa. You know what I mean? This wind's about to start whipping again. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about, hey, look, man. See, the younger guys don't know about it, man, but you got to go to those thermals, man. You know, the long johns, you know, man. See, I got the old heads in here, man. I got the grown folks in here. Y'all already know the long johns. My dad was talking about it the other day. He reminded me, he's like, oh, I'm gonna have to bust out the long john. You know what I'm saying? The thermals. I was like, oh, yeah. That's a good idea. He's like, yes, it's about that time. It's so cold down here. Man, you think it's cold down there? It's cold on top of this mountain. You know what I mean? It's cold on top of this mountain. You down there in the valley. You know what I'm saying? But North Carolina is cold, period. But, you know, it's beautiful out here. Anyway, let's get back to the subject. You know, your authenticity, man, it triggers. You know what I'm saying? Just anyone that's an NPC that's, you know what I mean, dialed in, hasn't even given it any thought about doing anything other with their life than what they're doing currently, that's got them in cycles. Like, you know, you end up talking to some ex and they're doing the same thing, barely getting by, and they're still so linear with it, like just seeing straight ahead and hating you and feeling like you're not going to never do nothing or be nobody. Still don't see the potential in you or what you're doing. Still don't see it, right? And these people, they're going to never change, and you're going to always trigger them because you're just not willing to go along. See, the thing to do whenever most people go through a breakup or something, after a certain amount of time, it's supposed to be, oh, well, you're supposed to at least be civil and, like, you know, nah, if you ran off, disappeared, badmouth somebody, and think that you're going to walk back in. No, it's like you need the same energy you left with. You know what I'm saying? And because you do things like this, it triggers people because they don't know what to expect. They want to expect that you're going to do the normal thing that people do, which is act like it doesn't bother them. That's the problem with you. You don't act like nothing. If something bothers you, you let everybody know. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, this bothers me. You know, you let it be known however you want it to be known, and people can take it how they want to take it. See, the problem is everyone's wearing a mask to a certain degree, most people, where they can't be themselves and they can't express themselves because they're scared of being judged for being sensitive or whatever. But see, these are conditions that are placed upon us not from our peers, but we don't know where it came from. We just know that we took it upon ourselves. So what we have to do is stop taking it upon ourselves to feel shame for other people, which is sometimes what causes people to have something to say to you. They'll try to feel shame for you or feel like you're doing something that's embarrassing, when if you felt the same way, you wouldn't do it. But they'll take on that for you, looking at the way society is set up and how everybody else handles it, and then they'll like take on, well, this guy's, he's acting kind of weird. You know, he's taking this in a way that I'm not really used to, and I don't too much appreciate. Let's go ahead and judge him. Yep, let's judge him. Let's judge them. That's all they do. You know what I'm saying? If you look at everything that anybody has something to say about what you're doing, when you're being your authentic self, and if you have something to say, like if you want to get online and speak about something that bothers you, or something that's been bothering you, or something you get off your chest, you should be able to do that. What society will do is say, oh, you ain't supposed to be out here putting all your business in the street and da 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 da. Well, I'm gonna tell you something. When you don't put certain things out in the street, the things that happen behind closed doors get really bad, and people get really wicked. They need that fear of being exposed. See, that's the light, and your authenticity, it represents the light, and you represent that wild card. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They know you have the ability to send them to the shadow realm. Truth be told, if you were to expose them and the way that they're trying to go about doing things, because people just want to be hidden behind all these different social norms and things like that. We don't do anything like that. We don't go with the norm. We're not going along to get along. We don't really care if nobody likes us. If we want to post something, we'll post it. If we want to do something, we'll do it. If we want to leave somewhere, we'll leave. If we want to cut somebody off, we'll cut them off. You know what I mean? We'll do whatever we want to do. We live like we want to live, and some people see it and they admire it and get inspired by it. Others see it, it triggers their demons, because they're like, well, why do I gotta do this, and why do I have to do this? And they can just do whatever they want and still have a great life. Well, you know, like I said, I actually pray to God. I believe in God. So when I say I'm not worried about nothing I put in his hands, I walk it every day like such. And you guys will say, oh, I pray to God and get on my knees, and then worry about everything. Worry about everything from the time that you get up in the AM to the time that you lay it down. Worry, worry, worry. Well, how are you really believing what you say and believing in God? You know, if you're out here worried about everything, worried about what somebody thinks, worried about what somebody gonna think what you're doing, worried about if this is gonna break, worry about this bill. You're not putting things in God's hands. You're not really living your life the way that you should if you're in alignment and you're being your authentic self. There's absolutely no way possible. You know what I'm saying? And since you do live this way, it bothers people that are doing certain things that they know that they shouldn't or don't really want to do, but they're doing it anyway. You know, it's really just a defense mechanism that you're bringing things to light that they wish they could do. They want to live like you, they want to be like you. And when women see a man that just stands 10 toes down in whatever he's representing, which should be in alignment with God, they find this extremely hot. You know, they just can't get enough. Man, there's a lot of guys out here that'll get jealous of you too because you're authentic. And women are finding your authentic self to be super attractive and hot, and are chasing you. And the guys are like, well, wait a minute, I've been doing this, that, and the third to get women and da 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 da. And this guy can just go and do whatever he wants to do, and he still has women. He still gets women. He has no problem, you know what I mean, with leaving them, blocking them, and they still are coming after him. Because, you know, at the end of the day, you're never supposed to chase a woman. You're You're never supposed to sit around and do what everyone tells you to do to get a woman, because whatever these things that came about that women find attractive, there were men at some point in time that went against the norm, that were authentic, that stood out, that made these characteristics. And now those things are things that women look for, so you might have to make some new ones. You might have to be the pioneer. You might have to be the guy that's out here dressing how you want to dress. You might have to be the guy here going for the lean aesthetic look as opposed to the bulky look. You might be the guy out here talking about truth while being your authentic self, and not out here worried about if you come across a certain kind of way, if you stumble over a word or two. If it doesn't matter, man. Worrying about what somebody else thinks. And even if you react to something that somebody else posts, you stand 10 toes down on what you say. You don't really care, and then you go right along and make another video, or go right along and go to work. It doesn't really matter to you. Women just like somebody that's authentic, doesn't mind being themselves, no matter who they're around. And it's the consistency too. There's a lot of elements to being authentic, man. It's being confident, just knowing that everything's going to work out, believing in God. It's consistency, it's resilience, it's discipline. It's a whole lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff. And when you do this stuff, women notice it. Man, when I watch women that are content creators that watch me, it's the little things that they pay attention to that I don't even notice. And then what I do is I take those little things and I start paying attention to it, and making sure that I make that my bigger thing. I'm driving them crazy. I'm driving them mad. And I'm not even trying to, well, I'm not gonna say I'm not trying to do it. I'm definitely trying to turn women on, but I'm not meaning to drive them as crazy as I'm driving them right now. But who knew, being authentic, a little old me, making sure I never go along with the norm, I'm saying, would be the kind of pioneering spirit of the Sigma wolf that these women can't get enough of and love and adore. Seriously, y'all. Seriously, y'all, I can't get enough of this. You know what I mean? Can't get enough of this. So make sure you're as authentic as possible, because when you're authentic, your patterns can't be recognized by your enemies or, women that just like you. And that air of mystery, it drives women wild. You know what I'm saying? They get obsessed. Even the ones that want to hate you, exes, old friends, family members that cut you, that you cut off or they cut you off, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Your resilience, your tenacity, your get it doneness, your ability to not be broken, shaken, or stirred. I know James Bond drink. It's wildly attractive. And your ability to dress and look the way you want, but making sure it looks clean and trendy while also being rugged and regal. It's dope, man. It's dope. And I'm just putting these things together, just like I'm sure that you wolves out there are doing, to where I'm just getting my look a little bit and refining it, and really bringing back, what it is? The Sigma movement and us being authentic is really bringing back that gentleman. You know what I'm saying? That gentleman look, that gentleman energy. You know what I'm saying? Where, see, they done forgot what a gentleman is. A gentleman can get the job done. You guys smash that like button. Don't forget to hit that like button. A gentleman can get things done, but do it in a way to where he's not out here huffing and puffing and, looking crazy. Get the job done, handle his enemies while still looking debonair. You know what I'm saying? Can't be shaken, can't be stirred. I'm no James Bond drink. Are you serious? Come on. Let's keep it trucking. I'm not gonna hold y'all too much longer. We're gonna run it up to 19 minutes, but remember, when you're authentic as you are, you know what I'm saying, and the different qualities that it takes, or what it is to be authentic, women love and adore this. A lot of them won't really tell you this, because some of them are shy, and some of them are so driven by ego, they would never tell a man what they find attractive about him, or make it seem like they're pursuing him or showing interest. It doesn't really matter, okay? You know eyes are on you when you're being hated by random people. What's that? When you're being hated by random people, and women are talking about you good or bad. Like, if women are talking about you good or bad, they don't talk about 80%, don't even see 80% of men. So you're doing something right, man. They're not going to always agree with what you say. It don't really matter, man. Stay authentic, do what you're doing, um, post what you want to post, say what you want to say, never get ashamed or be embarrassed of what you say. You're saying things that other people are saying behind closed doors. You're saying things that other people wish they could say. You're saying things and doing things that might piss people off or make people feel cringe or whatever, but those are insecurities that they need to work on, because you're just doing whatever you want to do. It's your life, it's your platform or your job or whatever, and you know what I'm saying, you got one shot at it. Do it how you want to do it. Never allow somebody or people or a group or society to make you feel like you should feel cringe because they feel cringe or they feel some type of way. Let them feel whatever they want to feel. And then when they're done watching your video or discussing you at the water cooler, they'll probably feel like having a bowel movement, or probably feel like, I don't know, man, going home. I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? Their feelings are fleeting. It's not something that they, should really sit around and gossip about or let it bother them. But, people are going to be people. It is what it is. Who cares? Stay authentic, stay dope, and we're going to keep smashing out this year, man. Listen, it's cold out here, y'all, but I'm working on it. I'm still dropping these videos. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm probably going to do some in the house office setup videos, because it's bitter cold out here and the wind is blowing. But listen, I'm going to drop some more content. I'll probably schedule some stuff. Peace, love, and light. Be back on here later. I'm your brother.